Okay, hi guys, happy Tuesday. So we're going to start off with our reading again today. Now, like I said, thank you for all of those that have sent in your work since yesterday, and you'll get a shout out on Wednesday's video. Okay, so today we are reading The Enormous Turnip. Okay, so you should be able to have the text on your screen in front of you. If not, just have a look at my screen. Okay, so pause the video and have a go at reading it. Okay, and now we'll read it all together. Once upon a time there lived a little old man and a little old woman. One day the little old man planted some turnip seeds. One of the turnips grew and grew and grew until it was enormous. The little old man pulled and pulled, but still the turnip would not budge. The little old man shouted to his wife to help. Together they pulled and pulled, but still the turnip would not budge. So they shouted to a boy who was playing in the field. Together they pulled and pulled, but still the turnip would not budge. Okay, again, I would like you to pause your screens and have a go reading this one for me. Okay, and now we'll read it all together. So they all shouted to a girl to help. Together they pulled and pulled, but still the turnip would not budge. So they all shouted to the old man's dog to help. Together they pulled and pulled, but still the turnip would not budge. So they all called the little old woman's cat to help. Together they pulled and pulled, but still the turnip would not budge. So they all called the farmhouse mouse to help. Together they pulled and pulled and pulled, and suddenly out popped the enormous turnip. The little old man was very pleased. He invited everyone round for a turnip dinner. Okay, so we're going to go up to our questions. So the first question is, what vegetable were they trying to pull up? So again, I need you to write these in full sentences for me. Okay, so you might write it something like this. They were trying to pull up. Okay, and think about what vegetable they were trying to pull up. So pause your screen while you have a go at answering that one. Okay, they were trying to pull up a turnip. Well done, guys. Okay, we'll go on to question number 2. Who tried to pull it up on their own? So right at the beginning of the story, who is the first person that tries to pull it up? Let's have a look. One of the turnips grew and grew and grew until it was enormous. Okay, now here it's going to tell us who pulled up the turnip first. Okay, so have a look at that. Okay, it was the little old man. So question number 2, this is how your sentence is going to look. Someone tried to pull it up on their own. Okay, so put whoever it was in here and pause the video. Okay, well done. So it was the little old man tried to pull it up on his own. Well done. I hope we're all doing our best handwriting. Okay, question number 3. Who did the little old man call to help him first? So we've already seen that he was pulling it up on his own, but it would not budge. So who did he call next? The little old man shouted to... Okay, have a look on there for me. Okay, and your answer might start something like this. The little old man called someone to help him first. So pause your screens and have a go at answering that one for me. Super, well done. The little old man called his wife to help him first. Well done. Question number 4. Who did they call to help them after the little old woman? So here we've got the man started on his own. Then he shouted to his wife to help. Who did they ask next in this part of the story? Who did they ask? Pause your screen and try and find the answer for me. Okay, once you found the answer, then we can have a go at our sentence. So, question number 4. They called someone to help after the little old woman. Who was it they called? Okay, have a go writing that for me. Pause your screen. Okay, well done. They called a boy to help after the little old woman. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, question number 5 then. Where was the boy playing? Okay, so here's where they shouted to the boy, and then it would tell us where he was playing. So have a look at that. Pause your screen and have a look at that one for me. Super, okay, so your sentence might start like this. The boy was playing, and then I'd like you to tell me where he was playing, okay? So remember to write the whole sentence out. Pause your screen. Fantastic. The boy was playing in the field. Well done. And we have got one more question. What pet did the little old man have? Okay, so that's in the next part of our story. So now we need to go back to the top. So they all shouted to a girl to help. They pulled and pulled, but the turnip would not budge. So they all shouted to the old man's. Okay, have a look what pet the old man's got. And then what I'd like you to do is write it in your sentence. So let's have a look what it might look like. The little old man had, and tell me what pet he had. Okay, pause your screens. Super, the little old man had a dog. Well done. Okay, that's the end of our reading. So now we're going to go on to our maths. Okay, so same as yesterday, we're going to start off with something a bit different. We're going to do counting in fives. So this time we're adding on 5 every time. Okay, so I've given you the first 4. We've got 0, 5, 10, 15. Okay, so now we need to add on another 5. So we're going to start on 15. So 15 in your head and count on your fingers. 16, 17, 18, 19. What comes next? 20. Super. Okay. But what I need you to do, okay, I've helped you with another one. You need to write a whole line in your exercise books of numbers going up in 5. Okay, so pause the screen while you have a go at that. Fantastic, well done. Okay, today we're going to carry on with measurement. We're not going to do capacity today, though we're going to look at weight, okay? So just a recap of what we did before Easter, okay? So, firstly, I'd like you to have a look at the weighing scales that we've got on the screen, and I want you to point to which side is heavier. Well done, it is this side. This side is heavier, and now I want you to tell me how you know it's heavier. Because it's nearer to the ground, okay? So if this one's heavier, which side is lighter? Well done, this side is lighter, okay. So what I want you to do again is you're going to be writing your sentences in your books. So, number 1, the something is heavier, so we need to have a look at this word, heavier than the something. So which object is heavier? Is it the apple or the book? I need you to write that here. So the something is heavier than the... Okay, pause the screen while you write that down because you need to write the whole sentence out for me. Super, well done. The book is heavier than the apple. Okay, so that's how your sentence should look in your book. You should have number 1 and you should have all of these words. Well done. Okay, number 2, same thing again. The something is heavier than the something. So again, we're looking for the heavier object first. So which is heavier, the feather or the candle? Pause your screens while you write that down for me. Fantastic. So you should have the candle is heavier than the feather. Super, well done. We're going to number 3. Now there's a bit of a trick here. This is why we need to be careful when we read the question, okay? So this one says the something is lighter than the something, okay? So this time the lighter object is going first. So have a look at the screen and point to which one is lighter. Fantastic, okay, it's the pencil. And how do you know the pencil is lighter? It's because it's up in the air, okay, so we know that that's lighter. So the should have pencil is lighter than the other object in this side, okay? Pause your screens while you write that whole sentence out for me. Super, so you should have the pencil is lighter than the football. Well done. Question 4. Let's have a look at the question again to see which one we're looking for. The something is heavier, so we're going back to heavier again, okay? So the something is heavier than the something, okay? So we've got a teddy and we've got a shoe. So you need to put the heaviest one first, then the lightest one after. So pause the screen and write down the whole sentence in your book. Super well done. You should have the shoe is heavier than the teddy. Okay, question number 5. The something is, and again we've got lighter this time, okay? So that means that the lighter one needs to go first. So we've got a can and a bottle. The something is lighter than the something. So whichever one's lighter needs to go here, and the other one needs to go here. Okay, pause your screens and write it down. Super well done. The can is lighter than the bottle. Okay, now we've got one more, and this one is a bit tricky. Okay, because we have got a slightly different scale here. Have a look what's going on, and what I want you to do is explain to me what's going on in this scale. Okay, neither of them are down on the ground and neither of them are up in the air. They are the same, okay? They are balanced. So the watch and the newspaper are, and I want you to describe it to me. So pause your screen and write down a lovely sentence describing what's going on. Fantastic. So you might have something like the watch and the newspaper are equal, or the watch and the newspaper are the same, okay? Because they weigh the same, and we know that because the scales are, what's that word beginning with a B that we talked about? Balanced, okay? So they are balanced or equal or the same. Okay, we're going to go on to our writing now. So we're still looking at letters, okay? So we talked yesterday about what a letter looks like, okay? We talked about why we write letters. So as a quick recap, why do we write letters? We write letters to give people information. Fantastic. Okay, and who might we write a letter to? Everybody. Fab. Okay, so we talked about the purpose and the features of a letter. Okay, so the purpose is why we write the letters. The features are what a letter includes. Okay, and yesterday you wrote all of these down in your books. So today your task, okay, I've written a letter, but I cut it up and now it's gone into lots of different pieces and it's in the wrong order. So what I need you to do is to read my letter, put it in the right order, and then write it out again in your best handwriting. So on our sentence checklist, you will still need your capital letters, you will still need your finger spaces, you still need your best handwriting. Now the conjunctions I've already put in there, okay, so you don't need to worry about putting conjunctions in because it's not your own writing, but you still need to remember your punctuation, okay. So I'm going to show you my letter, and what you need to do is pause your screen, okay, and put it in the right order and write it out in the right order in your books, in your best writing. Okay, so here are all the different pieces. So we've got from Miss Bowen, we've got finally on Sunday I had a lovely roast dinner with crunchy vegetables. We've got during the week I did lots of baking. We've got to year 1. We've got I can't wait to hear what you've been up to, speak to you soon. We've got then on Saturday I sat in the garden with my family and played games. And there is I hope you all had a lovely Easter. I had lots of fun. So you need to put it into the right order. So would we start a letter with from Miss Bowen? No, we wouldn't. What would we start the letter with? What would come first? Fantastic, we'd start with to year 1. Okay, so that needs to be your first line. Then you need to think about what goes next. So remember, everything has to be in order. So would my next one be finally on Sunday? No, it wouldn't, would it? Because finally means it comes last. Super, okay. So that's the last thing that I'll be doing. Okay, so pause your screens and have a go at writing that for me. Super, well done. And we're going to go on to some phonics now then. We've gone on to a different sound today. We're going to have a look at the air sound for the next couple of days, okay? So that's made up of what letters? An A, an I, and a R, okay? A R. So what you need to do is read these for me, okay? I'm going to put some pictures and some words on the next few slides and I want you to read them out loud. Well done, it's hair, fairy, fair, chair, stairs. Okay, and now I've got some pictures and I'm going to read the words of what I want you to write and you're going to write the words for me. Okay, so the first word up here, okay, you just need to write them in your book just as you normally would write words, okay? So don't worry about writing them like this, just put them in your book, okay? So we've got repair, we've got airport, we've got fairy, we've got pair, as in a pair of socks, and we've got hairy. Okay, so pause your screens and have a go at writing those words for me. I'd also like you to put your sound buttons onto the words for me as well. Fantastic, okay, so you should have written all of these out, so we're going to put the sound buttons on together. So we've got repair, so we need button, 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 and then we've got our air sound, okay. Now airport has our air sound at the beginning, doesn't it? Okay. In fairy, where does our air sound come? Does it come at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the word? It comes in the middle, doesn't it? We've got pear, and we've got hairy. Fantastic. Okay, so again, we're going to do some listen and write. Okay, so I'm going to read a sentence, and I need you to write it out for me in your best handwriting. So, the girl with long hair sat on the stairs. Remember your sentence checklist, capital letters, best writing, finger spaces and punctuation. The girl with long hair sat on the stairs. Pause your screens and have finish off that sentence for me. Super, so you should have the girl with long hair sat on the stairs. So just pause your video and check it for me. Super, okay, and we've got another one. Now there is a trick in this one, okay, so see if you can spot it out. Claire went to the fair with her friends and she won a bear. So, Claire went to the fair with her friends and won a bear. Okay, pause your screen while you finish writing that one. Okay, we've got Claire went to the fair with her friends and won a bear. Super. Okay, so let's see where our air sounds are. We've got the air sound in Claire. We've got the air sound in fair with her friends and won a... Now, there is an air sound in bear, but if you have a look at how I've written it, it's not the same spelling. Okay, it's not the a-it-r air sound. It's the a-a-r air sound, okay? So it is spelt differently, so I put that in to trick you. But if you've managed to get it right, then well done. Have a look at your sentence checklist and check, have you got a capital letter? I can see that I have, so I'm going to tick that off for me. Have I got finger spaces? Yep, definitely. I'm going to give myself a tick. I've got good handwriting, so I'm going to tick that as well. I've got a conjunction in there. I've got my and word, and I have got a full stop at the end, so I've got a tick for that as well. Super. Hopefully you've all got lots of ticks for that as well. Okay. What I'd like you to do now is write your own sentence using the air sound. Okay, so remember to look at the checklist. Best handwriting, finger spaces, capital letters, full stops, and a conjunction. Okay, so pause your screen and write your own sentence. Fantastic, well done guys. So hopefully you've got all of these ticked off in our sentence checklist, okay? And I can't wait to see those sentences. And that's it for today, so well done year one. Don't forget to keep sending me all your work, so anything you've done today, I'd love it if you could get your grown-ups to take a picture and send it to me on my email address, okay, which is at the bottom here. Fantastic, well done guys, now speak to you tomorrow.